Hello dear student, today we are discussing about the sex determination. It is the fourth video of heredity and inheritance class 10th NCERT. Now sex determination. In this word sex determination in this concept what actually we discuss how the male organism is responsible for determine the gender of newborn baby. The sex determination is a process by which sex of an organism is determined. Sex determined by various genetic and environmental factor which of these factor generally in environmental temperature. For example, which is the environmental factor here? In some example, like in some reptile high temperature, they are incubated in high temperature, resulting the development of the female reptile. Here example, in reptile, turtle is the example. Turtle is the example. In a high temperature, they produce the female offspring. But in some lizard in high temperature they produce the male offspring. So generally environmental factor is also responsible to determine the sex of an organism. In other animals, such example snail, they change their sex, but in the human being this is not happening. In human body the sex is not generally or genetically determined. In human being the sex of an individual is genetically determined by the male, but in human sex is determined by genetic factor. But first we discuss about the sex determination in the human being. First we discuss the types of chromosome in the human being. So human consists of 46 chromosome. 46, that is the 23 pairs of chromosome. 23 pairs of a chromosome. In out of 26 chromosomes, out of 23 pair, 22 pairs is what? Autosomes. 23 pairs is what? Autosomes. What is the meaning of auto? Self. Somes, body. So what we writing here? The first type autosome, that is the body or the somatic chromosome. What? Somatic chromosomes or the body chromosome. How many number in this somatic chromosome? They are the 22 pair. 22 in pair. Okay, or each pair multiply by the 2, generally 44 chromosome present in the autosomes. Or what is the role of this autosome? They determine the body character. or regulate the somatic character. Regulate somatic character. Somatic characters. Okay. Now the next is what? The second type of the chromosome is what? Allosome. Allosomes. Allo, that is the sexual chromosome or the sex chromosome. Sex chromosomes. How many number in the sex chromosome? There are only one pair. Means 2 chromosomes. So this 44 and these 2, that is the 46. Means human body contain the 23 pairs. Generally 46 chromosomes. Now in autosomes and the allosome is the types of chromosome present in the human body. But human chromosome is represent as the human chromosome. In human, the chromosome, male chromosome is represent as the X and Y. This X is longer and this Y is the what? Shorter. This Y is what? Shorter. That's why human chromosome is called as heterogamic. What is the meaning of heterogamic? Both chromosomes are the dissimilar. Heterogamic. These are the heterogamic chromosome. Heterogamic. Now the next is what? In female, the chromosome is represent as the X and X. Both are equal. So this is called as what? This chromosome is called as a homogamic. Homogamic means what? Similar chromosome, and male dissimilar chromosome. If the male have the dissimilar chromosome, that's why male is responsible for determine the gender of the newborn baby. Now here the sex determination in human. Sex determination mechanism in human. Sex determination mechanism here. In a sex determination mechanism, we are writing here male and here female. This male, they are represent as like this in scientific term, and female represent as the like this character. So male and female, but here one of the thing, we are writing here male and female. The first, the male, they are represent as the, this is the male symbol and this is the female symbol. Now we are writing here 44 chromosome of male and their X and Y sex chromosome. Here 44 chromosome of the female and their X and X chromosome. Now we are divided this chromosome by the mitotic cell division, or the equally divided, that is the 22 X and 22 Y. Here also same here, for 22 X and 22 X. Now at the time of selfing or at the time of like the gamete formation, this one X, this X is combined with the this X and they form the 44 X and X. Generally this is called as what? Daughter. This is the daughter, or the daughter represent as the like this letter. In here this 44 chromosome of the male Y chromosome and this female X chromosome, they are generally writing here 44 plus X and Y. They are considered as the male children or the male. So here we are writing the male or son. represent as the like this letter. So that have the 50% possibility to the male and 15% possibility to the female, and male chromosome is responsible for the determine the sex of